Lake Erie is 99,5% frozen solid. Wind chills crashing to 50 degrees below zero. Temperatures will swing 60 degrees in just 1 week. Cold enough to freeze boiling water before it hits the ground. One of the most aggressive Arctic invasions all winter, arriving in the next 24 to 48 hours. But wait, what the models showed 2 hours ago changed everything. I'll get to that in a moment. First, let me set the stage. A fast-moving clipper punched down from Canada overnight, dragging snow across upper Midwest and Ohio Valley. Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, you woke up to snowflakes. That snow is now pushing into Michigan, closing in on Detroit. Friday afternoon commute around 4 p.m. is going to be rough. Columbus, Dayton, Fort Wayne, roads getting slick. Visibility dropping in heavier snow bands. Now here's the thing. Snow fell way farther south than anyone expected. Parts of Carolinas and northern Georgia got snow showers Thursday. Morrisville, North Carolina, reported half an inch in North Carolina in February. That tells you how much cold air is locked across the east. And folks, hold on. This is just the appetizer. A brutal Arctic front barreling down from Canada. Right behind this system, when I say brutal, I mean brutal. Multiple clippers lined up to dive south through the weekend, each one dragging even colder air behind it, like dominoes. Let me break this down, region by region. Starting with the Midwest, where it's already getting ugly. Chicago, snow tapering by noon, but temperatures falling off a cliff starting 3 p.m. By Saturday, 6 a.m., wind chills hit 20 to 25 below. That is not a typo, folks. At those temps, frostbite happens in under 15 minutes. This is the kind of cold that hospitalizes people. Detroit getting slammed from 2 angles. Clipper snow between 2 and 6 p.m. today, then lake effect bands fire up. Overnight off Lake Huron and Erie. Total accumulation, 3 to 6 inches by Sunday. Upper Peninsula could see half a foot or more. Grand Rapids, Lansing, Flint, all under advisories. Entire Great Lakes region, pummeled through Tuesday. Milwaukee at 23. Minneapolis at 20. Twin Cities wind chills, bottoming out near 30 below. Saturday night around 10 p.m. Here's some perspective. That's colder than the average. Surface temperature on Mars. I'm not exaggerating. Green Bay 22. Duluth 15. Fargo 18 degrees. All locked in deep freeze with brutal wind chills. Indianapolis 1 to 3 inches. Through Friday afternoon. Temps crashing to single digits by 9 p.m. tonight. Des Moines, you're shivering. I know, but hold tight. What's about to happen next week will blow your mind. I'll get to that in a few minutes. I promise. Cleveland 27. Columbus 29. Cincinnati trays at Shiunu. Toledo, Akron, Youngstown, all in the bullseye. Anywhere in Ohio, plan on snow-covered roads all weekend. Now the Ohio Valley and Appalachians. This is where snow totals get impressive. Most of Ohio looking at 1 to 3 inches over 48 hours. Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, snow-covered roads through Sunday. You might want to rethink any travel plans. Lexington and Richmond, Kentucky. Decent snow band coming between 3 and 6 p.m. Friday. Could put down 2 to 4 inches. But the real headline? The mountains. Charleston and Parkersburg. West Virginia getting hammered now. Accumulation stacking up fast. As I'm recording. Higher elevations. 8 to 12 inches. Some ski resorts could see a foot. Asheville and the Smokies. Looking fantastic for skiing. Louisville 30 to 35 degrees. With advisories posted. That I-64 corridor from Louisville through Charleston is going to be a mess tonight. Pittsburgh 2 to 4 inches. Wind chills 15 below Saturday. Bundle up, Steel City. Now the Northeast. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is where the Arctic front gets most ferocious. Clipper pushes snow into I-95 corridor. Friday evening, between 6 and 10 p.m. DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, all seeing accumulation. DC looking at high of 38, low of 22. But watch Saturday morning commute as system moves offshore around 5 a.m. Saturday. Signs it could develop into a coastal low, and that changes everything for New England. That coastal low could throw moisture back inland, setting up embedded snow squalls across the entire Northeast. If you've never driven through a snow squall, visibility drops to 0 in minutes. Genuinely scary stuff, folks. New York City 2 to 4 inches, with wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour by Saturday. All 5 boroughs, nobody escapes this one. Wind chills in Manhattan dropping to 15 to 20 below by Saturday 8 p.m. Long Island picking up extra inches from back-end bands. Newark, Jersey City at 30 degrees. Major airport delays expected. Driving I-95 this weekend? Leave 45 minutes early. Now Boston. Let me be straight with you. Boston is going to get hammered. 4 to 6 inches with wind gusts, reaching 60 miles per hour along the coast. We're talking borderline blizzard conditions. Wind chills plunging to 25 below zero. Frostbite in under 10 minutes. At those temperatures, this is serious stuff. Hartford, Providence, F 2 to 4 inches. Portland, Maine at 28. Burlington at 22. Northern New England really needs to be prepared. Buffalo and Syracuse getting buried. Under lake effect. Tug Hill Plateau is ground zero. Totals could exceed 1.5 feet. Rochester, Binghamton, Utica, Ree-com, all in that zone. You folks know the drill, but this one's intense. Albany, brace yourself. Wind chills approaching 40 to 45 below by Sunday 6 a.m. That is life-threatening cold. I'm not using that phrase lightly. Extreme cold warnings posted from Pennsylvania through Maine. National Weather Service doesn't issue those unless they mean business. All right, before I keep scaring you, let me give you good news. The South is catching a breather. Atlanta Suvo Caltreds, Charlotte 2 Caltreds, Raleigh 54, Nashville 50, Memphis 54. Southeast finally getting reblayed. The break you needed. Birmingham 48, Jackson 48, Little Rock 42, Deep South getting a breather. Enjoy it. Some midweek moisture headed your way though. Florida, what a ride. Miami bouncing back to 80 after hitting mid-30s. That's a 4-6 degree swing in 3 days. Your closet literally can't keep up with that. Tampa 72. Orlando 74. Jacksonville 68. Sunshine State finally earned its name back. Texas looking great too. Houston 69, Dallas 59, San Antonio and Austin 62, El Paso 65, New Orleans 64, Corpus Christi 68, Gulf Coast, warm and dry. Enjoy it while it lasts. West Coast Pacific Northwest has its own major story. Powerful storm barreling in, off the Pacific, loaded with moisture. Seattle and Olympia, heavy rain through the weekend. 2 to 4 inches in lowlands. Watch for minor flooding in low-lying areas. Portland in similar situation. Tacoma, 48. Spokane, 35, with mountain snow nearby. Cascades could see 2 feet of fresh snow. 2 feet. Excellent for snowpack and California water supply. Northern Idaho, Western Montana, British Columbia, all getting significant. Mountain snow expected. California below snowline end of free. 2 to 4 inches rain over 10 days. A welcoming sight of water finally. LA 66, San Diego 65, Phoenix 70, Tucson 72, Vegas 62, San Francisco 58, San Jose 62, Sacramento 62. Bay Area giving off late March energy in early February. Denver at 45, but could hit mid-60s later this week. That's 45 degrees above normal for this time of year. Absolutely remarkable. All right, here's where it gets wild. If you've made it this far, What I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. Remember I told Des Moines to hold tight? Here's why. Starting next week, the weather pattern across the middle of the country is going to completely flip. And I mean completely. That ridge parked over the west finally shifts east of Continental Divide, and temperatures will skyrocket. We're talking 30 to 40 degrees, above normal for early February. Omaha could hit mid-60s by Monday, February 9th. That's just 3 days from now. Des Moines looking similar. Sioux Falls might flirt with 60. Record highs very much on the table. Let me put this in perspective. We're going from 30 below wind chills to temperatures in the 60s in less than a week. That's a 90-degree swing in how it feels outside. 90 degrees. Let that sink in for a moment. Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Dallas could see 70s and low 80s. It'll feel like someone accidentally fast-forwarded to April. Little Rock and Shreveport might push into mid-70s. But here's the catch. There's always a catch, isn't there? That warmth is going to hit a wall before it reaches the East Coast. The trough over Northwest Atlantic will act like a barrier, blocking that warm air from getting through. So while Omaha's basking in springtime temperatures, New York and Boston could still be grinding through the 30s. Same country, 1,500 miles apart, completely different seasons. Now here's the part of Fide One that has me checking models every single night. What I've been building to this whole time. Valentine's Day weekend. Both American and Canadian models picking up a potentially significant storm, developing across southern plains around the 13th through 16th. Friday the 13th this year, don't even get me started on that. Low pressure expected to track across Tennessee Valley or Mid-Atlantic. And the exact track will determine everything. On the northwest side of this storm, winter storm impacts with snow and ice across Midwest, Great Lakes, Northeast. Potentially significant accumulations. On the warm side, heavy rain and severe weather. From East Texas through the Southeast, gusty winds, hail, possibly tornadoes on the table. I know many of you have Valentine's Day plans, but real talk, your dinner reservations might get complicated by storms. Have a backup plan ready. When warm air crashes into retreating cold, that collision zone is where the real action happens. Colorado lows can be absolute monsters. The kind of system that drops feet of snow on one side and spawns tornadoes on the other. If that system tracks just a bit further south, the I-95 corridor from DC to Boston could be right in the crosshairs. Now, it's too early for specifics. At 10 days out, but the signal has been consistent across multiple model runs. That's what makes it worth watching. Looking further out, late February into early March shows no signs of winter surrendering. More storms possible around the 23rd through 28th. Punxsutawney Phil called for 6 more weeks of winter. And honestly, looking at these models, I think that Groundhog might actually be onto something. Now let's talk safety. And this matters, folks. This matters way more than any forecast number I gave you. So please listen carefully. Generators, outside, away from windows and doors. No exceptions. Ever. Carbon monoxide kills people every single winter. Check on your neighbors, especially anyone elderly or living alone. A quick phone call could literally save a life in this cold. Pets inside, period. If it's too cold for you to stand outside 10 minutes, it's way too cold for your dog. Watch for bursting pipes. With these temperatures, let your faucets drip overnight. Cost of extra water is nothing compared to flood damage. If you must travel, pack an emergency kit, blankets, water, flashlight, phone charger, tell someone your route, and expected arrival time. All right, let's wrap this up. 4 things on my radar, 4 things on yours. Number 1, today's snow pushing through Ohio Valley into Mid-Atlantic. Roads will be dicey through tonight. Number 2, weekend Arctic blast with wind chills, dropping 40 to 50 below in spots. Life-threatening cold. Cover all exposed skin. Number 3, that pattern flip bringing 6 0-degree temps to the plains while east stays frozen. Wild temperature contrast coming. Number 4, Valentine's Day storm signal. If that Colorado low develops anywhere near what the models show, we could be looking at a major event, coast to coast. That's what I'm watching. On tonight's overnight model runs, if anything shifts, I'll have an update first thing tomorrow morning. If this forecast helped you out, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a like. It seriously helps get these forecasts out when dangerous weather is coming. February is going to be quite a ride, and you don't want to miss what's coming. Stay warm out there, folks. Stay safe. Warmer days are genuinely right around the corner.